Right now, if the playoffs started today, Cake says he runs it every day. If the playoffs started today, I looked at it, they would play the Flyers.
Today,
two games left.
Tomorrow could be different.
So it could be different. But what we were talking about is it different because it appears that you're going to have a different goaltender? Braden Holtby has been fantastic for this organization. He's carried them. Won Vezina. Was best goalie in hockey. But this year stumbled somewhat, and Gruby's had the opportunity to take over, and he's run with it. And he's been fantastic.
By the way, Drabby did some research. Against the Flyers this year, Gruby lost 8-2, and he lost 6-3. But Holtby lost 2-1 and won 5-3.
Mm-hmm.
So he has played better.
He might be the better matchup. Maybe it's not as clear-cut as we think.
So
if
it's the Flyers, it might be something you need to think about. I don't know.
I think I would go with Gruby, but maybe I can't ignore that. I mean, I do think there are certain teams that they kind of
have your number.
Yeah, I do think that exists.
And it can maybe be inside his head. But it also might be fluky because that is a small sample size in 2 games against the Flyers. Now he got completely crushed in those 2 games.
Let's say last year against the Flyers. Did Gruby play the Flyers at all?
I didn't go that far back.
Ask Awad. He doesn't do anything all shot.
Thing is, Gruby he didn't play that much.
All right, but did he play once or twice?
Last couple years.
Just look for 1 or 2 games.
Yeah. So we want to hear from you, 800-636-1067. And Caps fans often complain that we don't talk enough Capitals, and we open up a topic.
And they don't call.
And then they don't call. You know, what do you want us to do?
Because they got nothing to say.
Yeah.
They just want us
What
to
would
talk.
you do? If you're Trotz, what do you do? Knowing the history and everything.
If it's the Flyers
Yes.
or any team?
The Flyers. I think it's going to be the Flyers.
I'm going to go Holtby.
You're going to go with Holtby because of this year, his record against them?
The experience and I mean, it's a tough call. It's
a tough call.
It is.
Either one gets one shot because if I lose the first game, then I'm going to switch. So
what if you lose 1-0 or 2-1?
It's true. You're not going to do that if he saves 37 out of 38, plays out of his mind.
I think it kind of depends on how he plays.
Yeah. So then I would lean Gruby just based on the larger sample size. He's been playing better the last several months.
Mm-hmm.
And Holtby, yes, he played well in this game, but I believe his previous game they lost 4-1.
Well, it was Friday night against Carolina.
On Friday night against Carolina.
He wasn't good in that game.
It seems like Gruby has been more consistent and better. I'm going to start Gruby, but it's a short hook.
All right.
It's a very short hook.
Before we take calls, hold on. Drabby's got devil stats.
All right, so we're going with Holtby if it's the Flyers.
Not me.
And Holtby started all 3 games against the Devils this year. They still have 1 left.
Mm-hmm.
And they're 2 wins in regulation, 1 overtime loss.
All right.
So you like
looking that way?
Yeah. I'm larger sample size of the way Gruby's played since Thanksgiving. I'm going with that. All right, let's go to Gino. So I guess we'll ask you the 2 questions. Who would you go with if it's the Flyers? And then if you're going with Gruby, do you feel a little extra confident? Maybe you don't because of his recent track record. I kind of do. We just need something different. Let's go to Gino, Silver Spring. Gino, what's up, man? You're on with the Junks.
Good morning, Junkies.
How are you, buddy?
Good. Pumped about the Caps. I'm a season ticket holder, so I love when you take calls. Thanks for doing it. I think you go with Gruby, and I think you ignore the Flyers' regular season. The game where he was in there and they gave up 7 was really early in the year, and it was the second night of a back-to-back, and the team did nothing in front of them. So hockey, unlike maybe the other 4 major pro sports, when you're analyzing goalies, matchups, it's really hard to tell because each of those different games is their own story. I don't think, however, they are going to catch the Flyers because all 3 teams left, the Devils, the Blue Jackets, and the Flyers, who the Flyers are actually tied with the Blue Jackets in the standings. They're just ahead of them on a tiebreaker, but they have identical points, regulation and overtime wins. But I don't think the Flyers are going to hold that position because although they have a cupcake tonight against the Islanders, they finish with a home game against the Penguins, who need the points, and then at the Predators, who need the points. So of the 3 teams, the Flyers have the worst run. But even if it is the Flyers, you go with Gruby. And hockey has this rich history. I'm thinking of guys, Hall of Famers like Patrick Waugh and Martin Brodeur, who nobody had ever heard of, who were either rookies or getting their very first shine. And young, unproven goaltenders. Look at Pittsburgh with Matt Murray, our arch rival. He dethroned Marc-Andre Fleury in almost a similar type of situation. That was a little more injury predicated than purely performance. But this is not uncommon in hockey. And you always ride the hot goalie into the playoffs, and
Right.
I believe that.
I would think that's going to happen because let's say they go with Holtby.
Thanks, Gino.
Thank you, buddy. Great
I
call.
think the players would understand the coach's decision that they're going with the more proven guy. At the same time, I would think that the players expect go with the guy who's best right now.
Right.
And best right
And it's
now
a larger
is Grubauer.
sample size.
I can see that. I can see
And
that.
it's a larger sample size. Let's go to Jim Odenton. Jim, what's up?
Morning, guys. I got to say that this is even a question is funny to me. The best save percentage in the National Hockey League, the entire NHL, since November 1st belongs to Philip Grubauer.
Right.
Not yesterday,
Right.
not January 1st, since November 1st.
Right.
You know what normal playoff hockey games look like? 2-1 score. Do you know when the last time Braden Holtby gave up less than 2 goals in a game? 136 days ago. This shouldn't even be a question. It's Gruby 100%.
All right, I like it.
completely